What if I told you there's an ancient Arabic secret that could reprogram your brain and unlock success in just 7 days? Stay with me, because what you're about to hear may change the way you see your mind forever. For centuries, Arab scholars and thinkers believed that the mind could be trained like a muscle. They didn't wait for motivation to appear. Instead, they created mental rituals to command their thoughts, emotions, and focus. And here's the shocking part. Modern neuroscience now confirms that many of these ancient practices directly align with how the brain rewires itself. So let's begin day one of your transformation. Imagine you're carrying heavy chains around your mind. These chains are your limiting beliefs. I can't succeed. I'm not good enough. It's too late for me. The Arabic method teaches that the very first step is awareness. If you don't see the chains, you'll never break free. Today your task is simple but powerful. Every time you catch yourself thinking a negative thought, say the word stop out loud, or at least in your mind. Replace it immediately with the opposite thought, even if you don't believe it yet. This may sound small, but in Arabic philosophy, the first day is always about planting the seed. The brain works by repetition, and with every correction, you weaken the old pathway and strengthen a new one. Neuroscience calls this neuroplasticity. The Arabs simply called it discipline of the tongue and the mind. Now here's a curiosity trigger. Why is it that by day 3 of this method, many people report feeling lighter, as if their brain is being reset? The answer lies in something the Arabs practiced daily that we'll uncover soon. But for now, focus only on this day 1 exercise. Every time a negative belief surfaces, cut it immediately and rewire it. Think of your brain as clay. On the first day, it's soft, waiting to be shaped. The more intentional you are, the faster it adapts. If you give in to old patterns, the clay hardens. If you master your awareness, you prepare yourself for the breakthroughs that will come in the following days. So your mission today is not to be perfect, it's to become aware. Don't underestimate this step. Even the greatest Arabian thinkers believed that one clear moment of awareness is more powerful than 1,000 hours of blind effort. And by the end of today, you will already have taken the first step toward reprogramming your mind for unstoppable success. Day 2 of the Arabic secret begins with a principle they called alignment of the heart and tongue. The idea was simple. Your words shape your world. What you speak, you start to believe. What you believe, you begin to act upon, and what you act upon, you inevitably become. So today the focus is on the language you use with yourself. Think about how often you say things like, I'm tired, I can't do this, I always fail. In Arabic tradition, these phrases were seen as self-imposed curses. The wise men believed that every word carries energy, and when repeated, it carves deep grooves into your subconscious mind. Your task for day 2 is to flip the script. Replace every disempowering phrase with an empowering one. Instead of I'm tired, say I am recharging. Instead of I can't, say I am learning. Instead of I always fail, say I am getting closer to success with every step. It may feel strange at first, but this is how you begin to rewire your identity. Here's the fascinating part. Neuroscientists have found that affirmations, when combined with emotion, activate the brain's reward system. That means the more passionately you say these new phrases, the more your brain releases dopamine, making the habit stick faster. The Arabs already knew this. They didn't just recite phrases, they infused them with belief, rhythm, and emotion. Now imagine this: 7 days of replacing toxic words with empowering ones. What would your life look like if, instead of constantly predicting failure, your brain was predicting growth? This is not fantasy. It's exactly what starts happening when you master the discipline of your tongue. By the end of day 2, you'll notice something subtle. Your energy feels different. People might even respond to you differently, because the words you choose don't just influence your brain, they influence how others perceive you. And before we move to day 3, let me gently remind you, if you're finding value here, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and share this video with someone who needs it. Trust me, the next steps are going to surprise you, and you won't want to miss them. Day 3 is where the Arabic secret takes a surprising turn. While the first 2 days were about awareness and words, Day 3 introduces something deeper: silence. The Arab masters believed that silence was not emptiness. It was a powerful tool for rewiring the mind. They practiced intentional pauses throughout the day, moments where they stopped speaking, stopped reacting, and simply observed. Why? Because silence creates space for new thoughts to emerge instead of running on the autopilot of old beliefs. Here's your challenge for today. Schedule 3 small silence rituals. Each one can last just 5 minutes. During these moments, you're not meditating in the modern sense, you're practicing Arabic stillness. That means no phone, no music, no talking. Just sit, breathe, and watch your thoughts pass by. The key is not to fight them, but to let them drift, like clouds moving across the desert sky. Modern psychology confirms this wisdom. When you reduce constant stimulation, your brain shifts into what's called the default mode network. This is when creativity spikes, connections form, and the subconscious mind reorganizes itself. In other words, silence literally rewires your brain for clarity and problem solving. Here's where curiosity kicks in. Most people think progress comes from doing more, pushing harder, and filling every second with action. But the Arabs understood the opposite truth, that sometimes the fastest growth happens in stillness. By day 3, people practicing this method often describe feeling as if a fog has lifted from their mind. So today, embrace the silence. Treat it like a mental reset button. With each pause, you are not wasting time. You are sharpening your inner power. And remember, the transformation is cumulative. Day 1 made you aware, day 2 aligned your words, and now day 3 creates space for your mind to breathe. By the end of today, don't be surprised if answers to problems you've struggled with suddenly appear in your mind. That's the power of silence, an ancient Arabic key that unlocks the hidden treasures of your brain. Day 4 introduces a practice the Arabs considered non-negotiable for mental strength: repetition with rhythm. They believed that the brain could be programmed the same way songs stick in your memory, through steady, rhythmic repetition. Think about it. You might forget a paragraph you just read, but you never forget the lyrics of a song you've heard a few times. That's because rhythm bypasses resistance and sinks directly into your subconscious. The Arabic secret applied this principle not to music, but to self-mastery. Here's your challenge for day 4. Choose one empowering statement that represents who you want to become. For example, I am disciplined and unstoppable, or success flows naturally to me. Now repeat it out loud for 5 minutes, every morning and every evening with a rhythm, almost like a chant. Don't whisper it. Speak it with conviction, as if you are commanding your brain to obey. Science backs this up. Studies show that rhythmic repetition activates areas of the brain connected to memory and learning. When combined with emotion, it creates a powerful imprint that your subconscious begins to accept as reality. The Arabs didn't have neuroscience, but they had wisdom. They knew the tongue, when used rhythmically, could mold the mind. Here's where it gets interesting. By day 4, people often report a shift in their self-image. It's as if their brain starts to see them not as who they were, but as who they are becoming. Imagine waking up and feeling a natural pull toward action, not because you forced it, but because your subconscious now believes it's part of your identity. So today, treat your affirmation like a secret code. Repeat it with rhythm until it feels alive inside you. Every word is a brick, and with each chant, you're building the mental palace of your future self. By the end of this day, you won't just be saying words. You'll start to feel them shaping your reality. And this is only day 4. The deeper layers of the Arabic method, the ones that tie emotion and discipline together, are waiting for you in the next step. Day 5 of the Arabic method unlocks a dimension many people overlook: the power of visualization. The Arabs believed that the mind could not distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is experienced in reality. In their teachings, they described the brain as a mirror. Whatever image you hold consistently, your life begins to reflect. Here's your mission today. Before you go to bed, close your eyes and imagine yourself already living the success you desire. Don't just see it, feel it. If your goal is financial freedom, picture yourself opening your bank account and smiling at the numbers. If it's health, imagine the strength in your body, the energy in your movements. If it's confidence, visualize walking into a room and commanding respect without saying a word. The key is intensity. The Arabs practiced this by engaging all senses. They would not only imagine but also attach emotions, sounds, and even scents to their visions. And modern science agrees. Studies show that visualization activates the same neural pathways as real experiences, literally training your brain for success before it happens. Here's where the curiosity spikes. If the brain doesn't know the difference between imagined success and real success, what happens when you rehearse victory every single night? You begin to wire your mind to expect it, and when your brain expects success, your actions start aligning to make it real. So tonight, as you visualize, don't be passive. Step into the scene like an actor stepping onto a stage. Live it, embody it. Repeat it every night for the next 3 days, and you'll notice how your decisions and confidence shift without effort. By the end of day 5, you won't just be hoping for change. You'll feel as though you've already stepped into the future you desire. And tomorrow, we combine this visualization with something even more powerful: daily discipline that locks the new identity in place. Day 6 is where the Arabic method gets truly practical. Up until now, we've worked on awareness, words, silence, rhythm, and visualization. But today is about discipline, the bridge between thought and reality. The Arabs had a saying, "Discipline is the key that unlocks destiny." They believed no mental reprogramming was complete without small, consistent actions to anchor the new identity. Here's your task. Choose one small action that symbolizes the success you're creating. It doesn't need to be huge. If your goal is health, commit to 10 push-ups or a short walk every morning. If your goal is financial growth, commit to reading 5 pages of a book on wealth. If your goal is confidence, commit to one bold action a day, like speaking up in a meeting or introducing yourself to someone new. The secret is consistency. The Arabs saw discipline as a sacred practice, not punishment. By repeating a small action daily, you tell your subconscious, "This is who I am now." And once your brain accepts that, bigger changes flow naturally. Modern psychology proves this with the concept of identity-based habits. When you link your actions to your self-image, your brain begins to protect and strengthen that identity. If you act like a disciplined person, your brain starts to asterisk. Believe asterisk you are one. And belief is the seed of transformation. Now here's the interesting twist. The Arabs didn't measure discipline by size of action, but by consistency. Missing one day was seen as breaking the chain of identity. That's why they valued even the smallest daily rituals. They knew the brain rewires through repetition, not intensity. So today ask yourself, what is the one action I can commit to without fail? Start small, start simple, but don't skip it. This action becomes your anchor, your proof to the mind that you are living the identity you've been programming all week. By the end of day 6, you'll feel different. Not just in your mind, but in your body. Because when discipline joins forces with thought, you no longer just imagine success. You start asterisk living, asterisk it. And tomorrow, on the final day, we'll unlock the last step of the Arabic method, the one that ties everything together into a lasting transformation. Day 7 is the culmination of the Arabic method, the day everything comes together. This final step is about gratitude, but not in the shallow way most people think of it. For the Arabs, gratitude was a mental technology, a force that expanded whatever you focused on. They taught that he who gives thanks multiplies his blessings. Here's your challenge. Before you sleep tonight, write down 3 specific things you are grateful for, not vague but detailed. Instead of saying, I'm grateful for my health, write, I'm grateful that today I had the energy to focus and create. Instead of, I'm grateful for my family, write, I'm grateful for the laughter I shared with my sister this morning. The details matter because they make the gratitude real to your subconscious. Why does this work? Neuroscience shows that gratitude shifts the brain's focus from scarcity to abundance. It lowers stress hormones, boosts serotonin, and wires your mind to search for opportunities instead of problems. By ending your 7-day journey with gratitude, you're locking in a powerful loop: awareness, words, silence, rhythm, visualization, discipline, and finally, gratitude. Here's the fascinating part. Many people who complete this method notice that after day 7, their brain doesn't just feel lighter, it feels rewired. They react differently to challenges, they speak differently, they think differently, and it's no coincidence. Each day has been sculpting your subconscious, and gratitude seals the change by teaching your brain to expect abundance. So tonight, as you close this cycle, remember, this is not the end, it's the beginning. These 7 days are a blueprint you can repeat anytime you want to reprogram your mind. The Arabs believed that the mind is like a garden. Whatever you water grows. You now hold the watering can. By the end of today, you will have completed the 7-day Arabic secret to reprogram your brain for success. But more importantly, you will have proven to yourself that transformation is not only possible, it's already happening within you. Before you go, remember this: the 7-day Arabic method is only the beginning. You've unlocked awareness, reshaped your words, embraced silence, used rhythm, visualized success, practiced discipline, and sealed it all with gratitude. But true transformation happens when you keep the momentum alive. If this video sparked something inside you, imagine what will happen when you take the next step. That's why I want you to watch the video I'm recommending right here. It will take everything you've learned and push it even further. So don't stop now. Click over to the next video and let's continue this journey together. Your future self is already waiting for you there.